up some barbecue for you. Troyyyy's chilling in the backyard grilling, showing you that you can cook it too. Always with a beer or whiskey, but he cooks responsibly.
Hey everybody, welcome to Troyyyyy Cooks and welcome to another Tuesday Chat with Old Troyyyyy. If this is your first time here, this is where I answer your questions. If you got a question for me, just ask it down in the comment section below. And I'll swap out. Every other Tuesday I'll do a live. And like this week I'm doing taped. So next Tuesday, be live. So y'all, if y'all want to join in on a live and ask me direct questions live, you join in the chat on those live ones. And I always start off by letting you know what I'm sipping on today. Let's see. Trying out a different beer today. It's still Austin local beer. This is Pecos Amber Lager by Texas Beer Company. Y'all can see that. This is a smooth malt flavor with floral hops and a clean lager finish. I like my lagers, y'all. Anyway, it's really good. Does it have anything about how much? 5.6%. If you were wondering. I'll tell you what, man. I appreciate all you guys joining in every week. I really do. It means a lot to me. In fact, some of these chat videos get more views than my regular cooking videos. How about that? Anyway, yeah, man, I appreciate it. But I can't do this without you guys. If you got questions, you need to ask them. I looked on this past week's chat, the live chat I did last Tuesday, and there were only 6 questions. I mean, I had other comments in there, but only 6 questions. So I had to dive back into the Wayback Machine and pull out some questions from some previous chats to try to make it up to, what, I think I got like 10 questions. So, man, y'all got to ask me questions. If you want me to keep this going, I can't do it without you. So I need your help, okay? Just put it out there. But let's taste this beer. Cheers. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh, special shout out, Texas Sausage Company. Best sausage on the planet. Y'all go check him out. TexasHotSausage.com, I believe, is his website. Tell old Scott I said hello. Anyway, Scott's a good guy, man. Hope to have him out here again soon. First question we got is from Peter Stevenson. Peter says, have you ever tried Weber Chicago steak seasoning? It's my favorite all-purpose beef rub for everything from burgers to brisket. I have tried it. That is one of my favorites as well. It's a little bit different than the Montreal steak seasoning, but I like the Weber actually better myself. It's good stuff. I got butterflies all over the place. Yeah, man, it's good. It's good stuff, man. I appreciate that, Peter. Christopher Brown. Chris been around a long time, man. He's a long time sub, as I'm sure a bunch of y'all are. But you know, if you don't comment often, then I don't really remember you. So, you know, I know Chris Brown. He responds and comments quite often. So, Chris, appreciate your support, man. Chris says, I've noticed on my offset during my last few rib cooks, it's been developing some hot spots. Is there anything I can do to keep those under control, or is the grill surface warping due to frequent high temp cooks? Like I'm afraid it is, as I've been using my offset primarily for pork shoulders and the like. Anything to do about, you know, if you've got thin metal, that will actually warp, and that may be, well, it could be when you're getting some hot spots. But what you need to do is try to even out the heat that's in your cooking chamber. You know, I mean, get you some thicker metal plates and use like make some tuning plates in there, or you can maybe get some like some kind of a thin aluminum sheeting and just kind of baffle the air so that it flows differently within your cooking chamber. You can also get some water. Get a stainless steel bowl, put you some water in it, and stick that in there close to the firebox. That'll help even the temps out, like it does on the Weber Smokey Mountain. So maybe give those a shot. And if you need to, go to some welding supply place, or welding, not a supply place, but a welding place, assuming you don't know how to weld. Get them to cut you out some kind of a new grill grate or something in there that can it's thicker metal, and see if that may help. I know the reason that a lot of the more expensive offsets cost more money is because they're made out of thicker metal, which retains heat, which helps even the cooking temperatures within the cooking chamber. And also it retains heat, meaning that if you open the lid, you can leave the lid open for a little bit, and when you close it, it should come back up to temp pretty quick because that metal's retaining all that heat. But yeah, man, everybody's got different things going on with their different offsets. Just figure out what yours needs. You know, modify it if you need to, make it happen. Just maybe try cooking on a different spot on your grill grate, you know. If it's too hot in one spot, of course, move your meat over somewhere else. But I'm sure there are ways that you can redirect that airflow coming up under the or around where the meat is. You can redirect that airflow so that it's not as hot in one spot, you know, kind of make it spread out evenly. Hope that helped, Chris. I hope that helps, man. I appreciate it. That was a long-winded answer. And folks, just so you know, I'm actually filming this on Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can get this video edited and uploaded today for all you fine folks out there. How about that? I've been busy all week, had all kind of stuff going on. Hurricane going through the Baton Rouge area. I was worried about my family, so you know, I paid attention to all that stuff going on with the weather. But anyway, everybody's okay. Everybody's doing fine. Let's get to the next question. Sam Petersen says, Troy, I love your channel, man. Cheers. Hey, cheers to you there, Sam. Appreciate your support, man. Sam says, I keep chasing temps on my smoker. When I need lower temps, I've been using smaller wood for 225 to 275, and I've been burning clean smoke, but it fluctuates between I can't even talk, y'all. His temps fluctuate between 250 and 275, and he can't seem to maintain a consistent temp. Help, Sam from California. A lot of that has to do with, you know, if your briquettes are burning evenly. Wind, you know, if you live by a beach or something where you get a lot of wind, that could affect it. But in all honesty, 25 degrees or even 50 degree variance, it's not the end of the world, guys. It's not. I don't worry that I'm not one of these people that my cooker's going to cook at 225 and it's going to stay there, and if it moves 2 degrees, I'm adjusting vents. No, don't do that. You don't have to worry that close about those temps, okay? When people are seeing their temps jump up above 50 degrees or below 50 degrees from what they want to cook at, then yeah, I mean, try to maintain within 25 degrees for sure. But if it jumps higher or lower 50 degrees, it's still not the end of the world. It's not going to hurt the meat that much. Now, if you got 175 or 100 degree swings, then yeah, you got some issues. You need to fix that. But most cookers, depending on how the charcoal burns or how the lump burns, you know, you're going to see some fluctuations in the temperature. It's not going to stay a constant, steady, whatever, you know, unless you've got, well, even if you've got like a Guru or a DigiQ or something hooked up to it, it's going to fluctuate, man. It is. And if you take the lid off of it, it's going to fluctuate big time. Now, I wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't. 25 degrees difference is not going to hurt the meat one bit, okay? And like I said, you got environmental variables that are going to affect it as well. So maybe if you're in a windy area, try to put your smoker where it's not as windy, or build some kind of walls around it on, you know, 2 or 3 sides. You know, maybe put it up against your house or a shed and put you some kind of wood around the sides to help try to keep that wind from hitting it so bad. Assuming that may be what the issue is, I don't know. But yeah, every cooker's different, man. I wouldn't go around chasing temps, you know, 25 degrees, 50 degrees. Don't worry about it. Appreciate the question, Sam. Next question is from Gary. Gary Frazier. How you doing, Gary? He says, cheers, T-Roy. Cheers to you, Gary. There you go, man. I'll tell y'all what, it feels good out here. It's about 10:30 a.m. right here. Man, it feels good. I know it's going to be hotter than I'll get out later on. Woo, doggy. Thank goodness I got a pool. Gary says, have you tried the Live Oak Big Bark beer? It's brewed across from the Austin airport. It's my all-time favorite, and keep up the great videos. No, Gary, I hadn't heard of that one, man. but I'll definitely check it out. Let me see, Live Oak. I've heard of Live Oak Brewing Company. So Live Oak Big Bark Beer. Appreciate the heads up, Gary. I gotta check that out. Cheers to you, my friend. Douglas Winningham says, cheers, Troy. Hey, cheers to you, Douglas. Alright, Douglas says, I got a brisket question. I did hot and fast brisket on my Primo. It was a 17-pounder. Ooh, that's a big brisket. 17-pounder, which is the biggest I've done so far. Yeah, I have done a 17-pounder. Anyway, it was bone in, and it was more like about 27 pounds. A lot of it was bone. Where were we? Douglas's question, that's right. It says, what do you suggest when the flat is 203 and end point was 205 and poke like hot butter, but the center was 190 and still spongy? You definitely want that center to be done all the way. So I would definitely cook it all the way through. You know what? What's probably happened is you got a brisket that wasn't a constant thickness. It was probably thinner at the edges, I'm guessing. You know, or maybe the point was just super marbled and the flat was thin, which happens. I mean, you know, especially with those larger briskets. If you got a brisket that you're fixing to cook and it's got a real, like, not even a 1/4 inch thick flat, cut that end piece off, you know, so that you get some more like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch thickness on the flat. If it's thinner than that, you can cut it off, man. It's gonna, unless you want jerky, or if you want it falling apart, you know. But yeah, try to find briskets that have even thickness the best you can. I know you're not gonna find it perfectly even all the way through, but especially that flat, man. You got to check that flat out before you buy the meat, man. Make sure it's not coming down to a point where it's like tapered down to almost no meat at the edge. You know, you still want some thickness at the edge. And if it does taper down to almost nothing, you need to cut that off, man. It's gonna throw you off. But yeah, make sure the center of your brisket is done to your liking, all the way cooked, 205, 210, 215, whatever you want. Well, hey, Fifi. What you doing, girl? Hi, Fifi. My sweet Fifi. All right. Anyway, appreciate the question. Who was that? That was Douglas. Thanks, Douglas. JJ says, cheers, T-Roy. Cheers to you, JJ. It's actually Jayj. JJ. Cheers. Alright, Jay says, I've been a couple of year follower on and off and back again. I appreciate that, JJ. Thank you, sir. So sorry I missed your live broadcast, but I do enjoy the chat videos and nice job. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that very much. Says, I'm thinking of a pit barrel cooker, mainly for ribs and spatchcock chicken and turkey and the like. He said that he'd also like to do some sausage on it. That's cool. Says, you seem to like the pit barrel cooker. Yes, I do. It's wonderful, man. He says, I'm using Traeger for my regular smokes like pork butt and etc. Going to try brisket this summer. Also have a Weber Kettle with a slow and sear, which I love. Ain't that sweet? That's a nice setup with that slow and sear, man. Says, so I'm wondering your thoughts. Will the PBC be worth it? How's the flavors versus the kettle? Thanks. It's a little slightly different with the kettle and the PBC. In my opinion, the pit barrel cooker, it cooks ribs and chicken and poultry phenomenally. Is that how you say it? Anyway, great. Does a phenomenal job. How about that? You get a little bit more of a grilled flavor, in my opinion, than you do off the kettle. And that's because you've got the grease drippings from the poultry or from the ribs or sausage. Those grease drippings are getting down and they're directly hitting the hot charcoal. And that steam is vaporizing, the grease is vaporizing, coming back up and infusing the meat with like a grill type flavor, which I love. It reminds me of old school grilling, man. It really does. Good stuff. But the way that the pit barrel cooker is designed, you got that air swirling around in there and it surrounds the meat. That's why you're not getting like your meat that's hanging real close to the charcoal down there. It's not burned up. because the meat's circular, going circular in there. So it cooks evenly. It cooks really, really great, and phenomenally. I think that's a word. Anyway, yeah, man, I would strongly urge you to get the PBC. Use it to complement your Weber Kettle in the slow and sear. Okay, they cook differently. The flavor of the meat is different. Not so far different that you're turned off. It's just a different flavor with the pit barrel cooker. But I'm here to tell you, man, if I want me some nice ribs, I want them done like in about 4 hours, I'm using the pit barrel cooker. It cooks fast, man. It does. But it's great. That's great. I hope you get you one. You'll love it, man. Tell Noah and Amber I said hello. All right, we got a few more questions here, I think. Let's see. Jeff says, if I wanted more cooking capacity, would I be better off with a 26-inch kettle with a slow and sear or a 22-inch Smokey Mountain? Depends on if you want to spread out like the 26-inch will do, or if you want to spread up like the 22-inch Weber Smokey Mountain. They're both going to be great, man. If you do more grilling than smoking, I'd say go ahead and get the Weber Kettle. If you do more smoking than grilling, get the Weber Smokey Mountain. But again, it depends on how much space you have too. That 26-inch kettle is huge, you know, so make sure you got space for it somewhere. And I know Justin over Baby Back Maniac's got one, a 26-inch, and he loves it. In fact, when I was looking to get a kettle, he was trying to talk me into getting a 26-inch. He likes his so much. It's got a ton of room on there. You could probably put 2 or 3 briskets on there and, like, heck, I don't know, 8 pork butts or something. I mean, it's got a lot of room on there. So you do get more room, more cooking area with the Weber Kettle. And the Weber, or the slow and sear takes up maybe, you know, it's not that much of the grill grate space. Plus you got a direct heat there if you need to sear something. Man, you know, if it were me, I'd go with the kettle. It's more versatile. Great question, Jeff. Thanks, man. Next question is from Hunter Springgate. He says, hey, T-Roy, got a 22-inch Weber Smokey Mountain and love it. I love mine too, man. Cheers to you, Hunter. All right, he says, yep, got the 22-inch Weber Smokey Mountain. But I hear the PBC makes fantastic food because the juice is dripping on the fire. Just like we were just talking about. You're right. Phenomenal taste. He said, I saw Justin Baby Back Maniac has a hanger kit for the Weber Smokey Mountain, but they aren't available anymore. Yeah, I know. I tried to get me one too, man. He says, you got any ideas how to rig up a way to try hanging ribs on my Weber Smokey Mountain so I don't have to get PBC? Do you think there'll be any taste differences? Cheers. Taste is going to be pretty close. I'll tell you what you can do, though, and I've actually thought about doing this. If you've got the 22-inch Weber Smokey Mountain, you can get the Gateway Drum hanging kit. It fits the Gateway drums, but it also fits the Weber Smokey Mountain 22-inch, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out. Gateway drums, it's their hanging kit. And pretty sure that's what Justin's got. Maybe not. No, I think he does have the original hanging thing for Weber Smokey Mountain. Anyway, I know some people that have the pit barrel cooker. Hang on. I know people that have the Gateway drum hanger, and it works great. Now, you may have to go buy some hooks from Pit Barrel Cooker somewhere off their website, but they sell them individually, so, or actually sell them on sets of 4, I think. Just the hooks you hang your meat with. But yeah, man, I think the flavors will be real close between the Weber Smokey Mountain and the Pit Barrel Cooker. Not exactly the same because your Weber Smokey Mountain's got 3 vents on the bottom, whereas the Pit Barrel Cooker's just got 1 vent on the bottom. So slightly different flavor, but pretty close because you still got the meat dripping down and hitting hot charcoal and vaporizing back up into the meat and giving it some flavor. So be pretty close, man. But yeah, check out the Gateway drum, their hanging kit. Oh, my buddy Shane, the airheaded one. Where you at, Shane? Cheers to you, brother. The airheaded one. Why do you call yourself the airheaded? Just curious. All right, brother T-Roy says, Great to see you still doing some cool videos. I got a question or a few. As always, Shane, as always, man. He says, and always forget to ask. Yep, what we got you this time, Shane. This is actually one of those older questions from like a year ago, folks. I just had some stored up in a notepad file, and I just pulled some, I just grabbed some. So again, ask questions. If you got questions, put it in the comments down below, so I'll have questions for a future chat. Anyway, Shane says, I know it's a bit off topic as well, but was curious, for one, why you have that camper birdhouse? And also, what's up with all the wind chimes? Do you think they're trying to communicate with you, or are they just soothe your mind when you overcook your meat? Ha 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 ha! He's laughing. He says, cheers, brother. Cheers to you, man. Shane, you're a trip, man. Alright, that birdhouse back here. Alright. Me and Karen had a 64 Kinskill trailer. Looked pretty close to that. Really nice trailer. Alright. We've just always liked those older model trailers like that. Plus this one had pink on it. Me and Karen were out traveling, doing some road traveling, and she saw this at some store, I think it was, and decided to get it. And she hung it right there, and it just happened to be in my background. So it wasn't placed there on purpose or anything. In fact, we do have birds, little bitty small birds, that use that birdhouse every spring. They hatch their babies in there. And this past spring, they hatched like 3 babies in there. So it's functional. As far as the wind chimes, I just like the sound of wind chimes. It does soothe my mind when I come out here and just, smoke a cigar or something and just chill out, relax. I've also got the water fountain in the pool, and I got a water fountain off the side over here close to my back fence. I like the sound of water. When me and Karen ever go out traveling and stuff, we like to look for waterfalls. We just like the sound of nature. And then the wind chimes kind of put you in the right frame of mind, I guess, soothe your mind. Just relaxing. Anyway, I appreciate all the questions, guys. Again, ask your questions down below in the comment. Alright, in the comment section. I'll be sure and add it to a future chat. And I'm sorry this was kind of short. How long have we been going? Yeah, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So, and I had to pull out like 3 or 4 questions that were from previous chats. So please ask your questions. I can't do this without you guys. I'm not going to get on here and just ramble and talk about nothing. So I like to answer your questions. I love this interaction we have going. I learn from you guys. You learn from me. It's a big cooking community. We all share knowledge together. And again, I appreciate all your support. If y'all like this kind of stuff, y'all give me some thumbs up. Hope you share the video. And when you do, please tell all your friends. Troyyyyy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody. It's a wrap.